Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all keeping well and welcome to yet another transfer video. And yeah, I know, it seems like every other day Arsenal is linked to the new player. One day it's Philippe Coutinho, the next is James Rodriguez, and the next is Axel Disasi. But there seems to be some truth in this one. I know with all the transfer videos coming out and all the players being linked, it seems like none of them is gonna work out, and probably 90% or 95% of them never actually end up coming. But there seems to be some truth with this one, and in this video I'm gonna tell you Axel Disasi is, how we could line up with him in the team, and how we could fit in Arteta's system. But just before that, thanks for all the support you've been showing. I really appreciate it. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so if you're new here, I'll really appreciate the support. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and get notified every single time I post a new video. And make sure you stay safe. Now to Axel Disasi. How could we line up with Axel Disasi, and what do we know about Axel Disasi so far? I'm gonna start about Axel Disasi, what we know about him. What we know so far is that we've been linked with him, and the team has actually made contact with him, and the team has actually consider that they're going to lose him at the end of the season, and they're talking about 16 million euros, around 13 million pounds. And Arsenal scouts have been watching him through the entire season, and the way it seems Arsenal is moving is that we actually have a clear vision. We've signed Saliba recently, Martinelli, Guendouzi, Torreira. We already have someone like Kolasinac, who's surprisingly just 26. We have Tierney, we have Leno. So all our players are between 18 and 27, and the only players who are above that, someone like Aubameyang, Ozil, Socrates, and David Luiz. So it seems like we are heading into that direction of having many young players, and we are now prioritizing young players or younger players. And about Axel Disasi, he made his top flight debut against Amiens in 2018, but he only made 4 appearances in his debut season. And but this season he has really impressed, and his breakthrough came in the summer of 2019 when Ingles left for Aston Villa. Ingles actually made a mistake against Tottenham when Tottenham won 3-2 at Villa Park. He left Reims and joined Aston Villa, and that opened up the door for Axel Disasi to start playing. And he's been partnering alongside Younis Abdelhamid, an experienced defender at the heart of Reims defense. And this season they have the best defensive record in France and the second defensive record in Europe's big leagues, surprisingly only behind Real Madrid. I actually thought Real Madrid conceded a lot of goals since last season, but surprisingly they're first and Reims is second. They've only conceded 21 goals in 28 games, which is staggering, considering also that a team like Arsenal, we actually concede like 2 goals a game or something like that. That is crazy. His strengths, and he has a lot of strengths and couple of weaknesses. His intelligence is seen as one of his major strengths, which you actually need in our team. Awareness, position awareness, and ability to run the game. I've actually seen him play as a right back and center back, so he could fit in any of those positions, but more as a center back. Physically is viewed as someone who could easily or comfortably fit in the Premier League, while his tackling ability is seen as another major strength. But again, one of his weaknesses is that he's always normally caught out of switches off a bit. What we actually don't need at Arsenal, we already have players like Mustafi, Bellerin, Socrates, who always switch off, and that forces him to tackle more than the coach would need him to do. West Ham and Southampton and Monaco actually want him, and a few other German teams. So he won the League 2 with Reims in 2017-2018, which promoted them to the league. He played for Paris FC in League 2 before that, and he's 6'3". He's 22 years old, as I've said, and already the only problem I have with that is that I wonder where he's gonna fit at Arsenal. We already have Socrates, Luiz, Mustafi, Chambers, Holding, Pablo Mari, Saliba, Mavropanos. And don't get me wrong, of course he can fit at Arsenal because 80% of defenders are weak, and Socrates and Luiz are above 30, and I'm seeing them leaving probably. I've already put out a video where I'm talking about keeping or selling all our squad players, and if you want to watch the defensive episode, I'm going to link it up in the YouTube card right now. And I talked about which players I'm going to keep or sell in that defense. Mavropanos is going to come back. Saliba is coming back next season. Pablo Mari is probably going to be signed, considering his team have already signed a replacement. Socrates and Luis are above 30, and as I've said, the way we are moving is like we're focusing more on the younger players now. Holding hasn't really recovered from his injury yet. He hasn't gained the fitness. Chambers is out until probably January or something. Mustafi is he plays well today, but you probably get a no-show from him the next day, so you can't really depend on him. So, and we also have the likes of Tierney, Kolasinac, Bellerin, Niles, Cedric, Saka. So we actually have like 12 to 14 defenders. So we have to actually get rid of a couple of them. And Axel Disasi, which formations would he fit? Probably a 3-4-3 is my favorite for next season. The formation that's on screen right now that can allow the likes of Bellerin, Kolasinac, Tierney, Saka, our fullbacks who actually prefer going forward. That could allow them more what is it called, license to go forward. And since we have so many defenders and we can only get rid of maybe 2 or 3, that can allow us to maybe fit Saliba, Pablo Mari, and Disasi at the back, because I really don't want let's say a 4-2-3-1 the way it's on screen right now. I didn't want a 4-2-3-1 and have a partnership of Disasi and Saliba, both young and both really don't have any Premier League experience, so that will be very risky. So I rather have 3 defenders there, have Disasi there, have maybe someone like Saliba, and maybe one experienced defender like Luis if you're not going to sell him, or maybe Pablo Mari. Have 3 defenders and have all your fullbacks at a position that they're comfortable with. So, and maybe have Thomas Partey ahead of them and Torreira or Xhaka. And we could also have a 3-2-3-2 formation with 2 strikers up front and again 3 defenders at the back. There are many ways we could fit him. We could also have him on the bench and have him on the bench for the first season as he gains the Premier League experience. But for me, the way he plays, I would actually prefer sticking him right into the team. In my transfer video, I said probably you have to get rid of 50% of our defenders. So it's either, as Arteta said in his interview 1 week ago, it's either we do something, maybe sign 1 defender, or do a lot of things, maybe sign 4 defenders, or probably do nothing, not sign any defender, get Mavropanos back and play the defenders that we have. But again, as I've said, we need a lot of experience at the back, and Disasi is not quite experienced. And this actually shows me that if we're actually moving for younger players, we're not going to sign people like Koulibaly and Upamecano, which I would actually prefer. Sign 1 big defender, 1 expensive defender, 1 quality defender that you know about already, and work from there. Have the likes of Pablo Mari and Holding supporting him. But if we are forced to go for Disasi, is only £13 million, that won't hurt us. And also considering that players have taken a pay cut recently, the likes of 23 over 25 players have taken a pay cut. So that also shows me that maybe a couple of players will leave in the summer. Some of them won't agree to it, and maybe it could fund our transfers. And if Stan Kroenke was correct, or was actually truthful about funding the team in the transfer market, we can actually boost our team. And if Axel Disasi comes, I wouldn't mind. Let me know in the comment section down below, how would you want Axel Disasi in the team, or do you prefer going for someone like Koulibaly, just sign 2-3 expensive players, or do you prefer getting 5 or 6 younger players and maybe just 1 quality player? Quantity ahead of quality? I don't really think so. So let me know, are you happy with Disasi? I've seen him play and he's actually quite good. His tackling is quite good, but 22 years of age, when you come to the Premier League, it's actually really different, as they say. You come and you face the likes of Aguero and you can be made look silly. So anyway, let me know what you think about him. Again, thanks for the support you've been showing me. I'll link up another video on the YouTube card right now talking about Thomas Partey and how he could fit at Arsenal. Thanks for the support. Make sure you stay safe. Make sure you take care of yourself and your family. Follow all the guidelines, and God bless.